Welcome to the Dawgs Table. Hosted by Craig Fountain and Jared Fatty Bates. Get access to special guests, anyone can join the Dawgs Table. Find the link to join the show in the comments when we go live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Periscope, and everywhere on the BIGPLAY network. Here's your hosts, Craig Fountain and Jared Fatty Bates.
We are live on a shitty loss Tuesday here in Cleveland. We lost probably the worst way we could ever lose. And, well, on that note, I am that fat guy, I'm Jared Fatty Bates, and he is Craig Fountain. So, Craig, why don't you take over from here, bud?
Yeah, how's it going? How's it going, everybody? We are the Dawgs Table. If this is your first time tuning in, we are here presented by Labatt Blue Light and Remax Edge Realty, the JC Group. We are brought to you by BIGPLAY. You can find us live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. on all of our social media channels, Twitter included, and on the BIGPLAY social media channels. We are a Cleveland Browns roundtable discussion show. We will post a link in the comments at some point. Everybody can join the show and chat with us via audio or video. So we want you to be part of the discussion. If you're watching and you don't want to come on the show, give us a comment. We can display it like this. We can interact with you, answer your questions. Robert Ray's already chiming in. Thanks for joining the show, Robert. We'll get back to this comment and address that. But what a tough loss it was last night. That was extremely tough. Jared, I know it got you pretty fired up.
Well, it got me fired up, and that's why we have the Twitter poll that we'll get into here in a second, because everybody's going to, you're sitting there with 18 people out for COVID. All right, you got your starting quarterback, your backup quarterback, your second running back who is injured, your starting wide receiver, your starting tackle, your starting tight end, your entire secondary of safeties, and what expectations did you have coming into this game? They shouldn't have been that high, but your team was right there for the win. And you know something? I give credit to, and your head coach was even there calling plays. He was out. So I give kudos to this team, this offense, this defense, for gunning through a performance with that many people out. I mean, you think about it, 18 people out. 18 people, Craig. That's almost a starting defense and a starting offense completely out. Just think about that. That's four less.
And some of the guys we had in weren't playing their natural positions. Joel Bitonio was playing left tackle. Some of these guys are very talented and can handle whatever's thrown at them. But let's be real, we want Bitonio at left guard where he normally is. We sustained a few injuries throughout the night. So that was kind of some salt in the wound. But it was encouraging from some respects. It's not a moral. There's no moral victories by any means.
No, but I mean, you got to be happy with the way the team played this game. I mean, yes, it's a heartbreaking because you're right there, but the way this team played, the way the defense played, the way everybody stepped up for this to happen. Now, do I sound better, Craig?
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, you're right, because it was on my computer mic. So I apologize, everybody, because no matter what happens with this show, somebody's muted or on a different microphone. So
I got
cheers
an echo
to that.
I got an echo now. Whatever you did when I talk, I'm hearing myself. Do you got your headphones in?
Yeah, my headphones are on.
Okay. All right. Maybe it's something on my end. Anyways, Running Bald Man here said, on the plus side, the Raiders didn't want to have it postponed because they were scared. The score showed why. I would agree with this. I think that with our normal starting lineup, this game wouldn't have been as close. I don't think so anyways. And Robert Ray says 3 different QBs this year, same results. Lackluster offense and questionable play calling. Season's over. Fire this coach and staff. I understand the frustration. I don't think that we're at that point. And we'll get into why, and especially the play calling. We will get into that, and we'll get into that. Let's get into our Twitter pool, because that's oh, hold on. Running Bald Man. This is Justin. Justin's tuning in from YouTube today. All right.
Yeah,
Justin?
because he already blew up my Facebook today with some scandalous comments on my show earlier.
Oh, geez.
We won't talk about, but BJ has rubbed off on other people that have.
He's such a terrible influence. He's a terrible influence. All right, let's get to this week's Twitter poll of the week. Here we go. All right.
Do you still hear an echo?
No, I'm good.
Okay, we're good. Okay. Do you want me? Let me do the Twitter poll of the week, because I'm actually the reason why this got brought out is because I actually threw it out there on Twitter, and I got called an idiot, a moron, everything else for throwing this out there, because everybody argued with me about the play call on 3rd and 3 with 2:31 left. And they went with Nick Chubb on, what was it, like the 27-yard line, wherever the hell they were at. You were at the game, tell me. But I had people just crushing me for saying that you gave Nick Chubb the ball. Why is that not okay? Because it's time management, it's everything else. And you have an argument coming up here, because we're about to have a ginger snap because of this question right here. Right?
Absolutely. Guys, if you're watching, especially if you're not on Twitter, let us know what you think, how you would have voted in this poll, until Facebook or YouTube allows us to poll you guys. Let us know in the comments how you would have answered this question. Do you agree with the last offensive series of play calling by the Browns? I have a feeling I know Robert's answer. But run or pass at 3rd and 3 with 2:31 left on your side of the field. Run or pass. Let us know how you would have went, and then we will reveal the results and discuss those. Here's my problem with this entire scenario. Jared, I don't think that it matters which side you would have come from. You would have gotten the same amount of, or the same type of response from the other side. All right. And this isn't that difficult. And the problem is that as fans, we forget from week to week what we're saying, and we get delusional. And, there's things that we say. And then, for example, listen, if we had tried to throw a pass on 3rd and 3 with 2:31 left, we're on our side of the field, pivotal moment in this game.
By the way,
yeah,
don't clock me on the time. I guesstimated.
Okay, that's fine.
It was around that area.
Yeah. So anyways, if we had passed and we took a sack on 3rd and 3, if we turned the ball over through the air on 3rd and 3, if we would have thrown an incomplete pass or miss a wide open receiver on 3rd and 3, anything other than a first down, everybody would have said, and I know this for a fact, every single one of you would have said, we should have run the ball. Nick Chubb's the best player on the field. Put the ball in his hands. It's 3rd and short. Give it to Nick Chubb. Everybody would have said this. Nobody would have said, oh, well, you know what? You're right. We should have passed on that play. It didn't work out. All right. No big deal. Nobody would have said that. No. Hold on. Ginger's snapping right now. It blows my mind how all year everybody has wanted to say, we're blowing the run game. Stick with the run. Why are we passing it? We actually get into a 3rd and short situation where the running back, who everybody says is the best player on the field and needs the ball in these situations, they listened. They gave him the ball. It didn't work out. You can't have it both ways. There is no scenario. It doesn't matter. However they would have called this play, if it didn't work out, unless it was some sort of like gadget play, which we were pretty conservative with the play calling. So I don't think that would have happened. But it doesn't matter how the play worked out. If it wasn't successful, you guys would be upset. But what blows my mind is where these results are going to fall. Because I can't believe how many people voted a certain way after preaching and preaching and preaching and bitching and moaning and complaining all year about not putting the ball in Nick Chubb's hands. You asked for it. You got it. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. There's other reasons we lost this game. What do you say, Fatty?
I'm waiting on you.
Am I wrong?
No, God, no. Because you want to know why? These same people were the ones that bitching at the goal line of, why are you passing the ball? Why are you passing the ball on 3rd and 4 when you're at the goal line? And why don't you just give it to Chubb? Why don't you just do that? These are the same people that are bitching about that, because you know what I got out of this whole conversation right here that we're having right now was, you play to win. Okay, well, guess what? Your best player had the ball in his hands. You play to win. You're trusting your quarterback on a play action and moving around. At that point in time, here's the other thing I brought up. Well, if you're playing to win, why not go for a 4th down right there? Well, you're in your own side. Well, that's kind of bullshit, because the Chargers were on their own side when they went for it on 4th and down. They ended up beating us. So what does it matter if you went on 4th and down or wherever it was at? At that point in time, the defense was playing so outstanding that the coach put it on the defense to close out the game. He ran it. If they would have been 4th and 1, almost guaranteed that they would have gone for it on 4th and down. Almost guaranteed. If he was not stuffed back at 4th and 3 or wherever it was at, where he got stuffed at, if he got to 4th and 1, we were going for it on 4th down to win the game. And there you go, people. We would go for it on 4th and down to win the game. But J.C. Treader did not make his block, which blew up the backfield, which made Chubb get tackled 3 yards back. So this is where you're at right now. And guess what? Yes, it is a coin flip, because no matter what anybody else says, he just said it right there. What happens if you give him extra time, extra minutes to push the ball down the field? You give him extra time out with a 2-minute warning. Are you stupid? Like, you at that point in time, if you're going to say, well, they were going to win anyways because it's only a little bit of field. Let's hear Cole quit punting it off the side of his foot. If he actually would have got a good punt and it not only go 30 yards, there's 10, 15 extra yards on that one. So you can't blame anybody for the play calling there on that 3rd and 3.
I agree with you 100%. And I'm going to deviate slightly because this goes hand in hand before we get to the results. Here's the other issue where we can't seem to remember what we say week to week. It's what to do on 4th down. Everybody, we heard it so much. It was a point of discussion. Stefanski, it's not working out. Take the points. Quit going for it on 4th down. What do? We start trying to take the points. And then we get upset when it doesn't go our way. Well, get rid of the kicker. Fire the kicker. If we just had a kicker, we could take the points. No, we don't have a kicker. Why are you asking us to take the points? Why are you getting upset? Do we go for it on 4th? Listen, I don't know if the coaching staff is listening to what the media is saying, what the fans are saying. I actually hope they're not listening to what the fans are saying, because sometimes we're awful when we get emotional. With that being said, it's almost like they're hearing us. They ran the ball on 3rd and 3. They tried to take the field goal. They tried to take the points instead of going for it. I don't understand. What do you want?
It had nothing to do. That 3rd and 3 had nothing to do with the reason why that 3rd and 3 happened, giving it to Chubb.
Sure.
They went to your strong side with Wyatt Teller and pulling Batonio. That's what they did for that fucking play. Sorry, I'm dropping F-bombs now.
That's fine. I'm just saying it's the same thing. We're asking for something. We receive it and we reject it.
And you know something? That's Browns fans. Because guess what? We receive a quarterback. We reject it. Want the backup quarterback. Now we want a 3rd string quarterback to start for us because he did.
We want a coach. We receive a coach of the year. We reject him. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I'm still questioning the coach, though.
I mean, listen, criticism is fair. It's okay to say so-and-so didn't perform well. So-and-so is struggling. I don't know if anybody watching the show or you or I can every day do our job 100% and not make mistakes.
But the thing is, at this point in time, your offense is broke. You haven't scored more than 17 points in like 10 games. Well, hold on, 24. There's one little spurt where you got another touchdown. Your offense is broke. Your defense is, and I called him out. I feel bad for calling him out. Defense is saving your ass every week. And it's just like, can we not score 3 touchdowns? Is that so hard to do? Score 3 touchdowns. Like the stat today that I heard for like the last, like, I think it was like 10 games. 10 games. We have scored 14 points in the 4th quarter. 14 points in the 4th quarter. That ranks us 30th. Last year, we were ranked 9th. This is what's going on. It's the second half adjustments that they are screwing up on as a coaching staff, as everything else.
I just want to take a step back, and maybe it's because I'm an optimist. I want to look at what we have, and I think we should be grateful considering where we were a couple years ago. It's frustrating because we know what this team can do, what they're capable of, if everything goes according to plan. But we're getting spoiled. We're mad because Daddy got us a Cadillac for Christmas, not the Mercedes. Okay, we are playing meaningful football in December.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. At that point in time, we got 5 Pro Bowlers and 4 alternates. We got 9 people going to the Pro Bowl via votes for fans and other personnel. Wyatt Teller, Joe Batonio, our offensive line, wide receiver, like Nick Chubb. It's like we have the talent. What is wrong right now? And you know something? You and I have talked about it. It is the way this defense, it is offense, it is injuries, it is COVID, it is a whole mess altogether, all in one, because it's not just one thing. Because when you get pissed off at the offense, the defense, just lays an egg. When you get pissed off at the defense, the offense goes out and plays great. It's like, what's going on with this team? This team is too Jekyll and Hyde and not focused on what they need to do.
Red leg. Nick Mullins was 20 of 30 for 147 and a touchdown. Completion percentage wise, I mean, that's 66%, which isn't bad. There was a couple drop passes that were on target. So could have been higher. He played a pretty conservative game. He played efficiently. Didn't turn the ball over.
He's a 3rd string quarterback. What do you want him to do? Like,
let's save this for our next segment. Let's save that for our next segment. All right, so let's get to the results of this poll. And I think I kind of spoiled the results, but here it goes. Do you agree with the last offensive series of play calling? Should we have run or pass? 70% said pass. What got me fired up when I looked at this was if we would have said not a year ago, if we would have asked last week, hey, in this hypothetical situation, what do you do? I bet you it would have been the opposite. 70% would have said run the ball. We're emotional, and I think this shows it. I don't know that I don't agree with this, not at all. But
I'm the same way. You had your best player at that point in time on offense with the ball in his hands to get 3 yards. What are you guys bitching about? What do you want, to roll out and throw it to Harrison Bryant or Njoku? Njoku, who dropped a pass. Harrison Bryant, who fell down and luckily caught a touchdown pass.
Oh, that was almost a drop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, what are you wanting? What are you wanting?
All right. So,
Chris, there you go. Really, guys, run the damn ball. 3 yards in a cloud of dust. We had the best running back at that point in time. And, like I said, if he would have got to at least 1 yard, I almost guarantee you they would have went for that 4th down. Almost guarantee it.
Yeah, Red Leg, they had the Tim Couch game plan. Tim Couch said, sign me up. Actually, I think he responded to Dave at BIGPLAY.
Yeah, he said it's not that hard to hand off to Chubb all the entire day.
And check down and throw screens all day. Yeah, he said, put me in, coach. And this is fine. I don't think this is a situation where you get aggressive unless you're playing from a lot further behind. So I think that at the end of the day, the missed field goal in that failed third down conversion, those were tough pills to swallow. At the end of the day, with that many players out, with that many people out of their natural habitat, including the head coach and play caller,
you also got to factor in guys not playing a game since preseason.
Yeah.
Not practicing, not anything else. And they laid everything out on the line for that game. Yes, as a fan, as soon as it got to 14-13, I was like, holy shit, we're going to pull this off. We're going to do it. We're going to pull this off. This is going to be our win. We're just going to luck out of this one. Guess what? You didn't luck out of this one. And you know something? It happens sometimes. It's the NFL.
All right. I am actually, as we speak, I'm going to put the link to join the show in the comments. And while we're waiting,
we have to get our link first.
So once, if you come in, just hang out for a minute. We're going to get through our City Dogs of Cleveland Dog of the Week. Here we go. All right. So,
by the way, Red Leg, I did the exact same thing, and I woke up my whole household at that point in time. You got that interception. I'm like, I started screaming, yelling. My wife's like, honey, calm down. You're going to wake up the kids. I'm like, I'm about to go down, wake up the kids. Kicked open their door. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, and we'll talk to Red Leg here in a minute, along with Justin. We appreciate you guys hanging out there in the dog pen for a minute while we get to the Dog of the Week. And every week, for those of you, if you haven't seen the show before, we do our Dogs of the Week, and we do an offensive Dog of the Week and a defensive Dog of the Week. And it's essentially this week's MVP or an appreciation of a member of the Cleveland Browns on offense or defense. But not only that, we present to you our City Dogs of Cleveland Dog of the Week, and that's an adoptable dog. And they are running a special for the holidays to encourage adoptions, and I'm going to go and put that up first. And the City Dogs of Cleveland are offering $21 adoptions through December 31st, so that hopefully some of these pups can be home for the holidays. What's that?
How can you say no to that face?
I know, right?
I'm sorry, I'm a dog person, but when you see that face, it was like, come on, it's $21. Like that's my whole dinner at Whitney's. Let's be
absolutely
honest. $21.
That's yeah. Here we got Coco next to the Christmas tree. Coco is 3 years old and weighs 53 pounds. Coco's our Dog of the Week. Coco is a fun, bubbly girl with some smarts. She already knows how to perform sit, shake, and down, and is happy to show off her skills for you. Coco has lots of silly, bouncy energy, and spending time with her in the yard is sure to bring a smile to your face. The social butterfly with people has also been playful with dogs in play group so far, but can be energetic and play pretty hard. Here's what a volunteer had to say about her after a weekend sleepover. So Coco was a house guest, and they evaluated Coco. Coco, girl, we love her so much. She was a great house guest and so easy. She's great in the car, likely housebroken. No accidents except for a small mark in the garage. and was stopped when addressed. Likely crate trained, didn't make a peep all night. Very polite, great house guest, very people oriented, loved giving us kisses and playing with us, and was very cuddly. She wasn't possessive with toys, and that's definitely another positive. She knows sit, paw, and down, and she's food motivated. She politely begged for food when we ate. She wasn't in our faces, but sat nearby. All in all, she's a super easy and pleasant house guest, and we are hoping her people are coming for her soon. They'll be getting a really loving and great dog. Here we go. City Dogs of Cleveland. Here's how to reach out. There's another photo of Coco there. On Twitter, at City Dogs CLE. On Facebook, at City Dogs Cleveland. 216-664-3476 is the phone number again. 216-664-3476. And like we always say, if you have trouble getting in touch or would like getting in touch with the City Dogs of Cleveland, reach out to Jared or myself. We would be more than happy to personally reach out to them to assist you in setting up a meet and greet or get you more information. So,
also, Craig, on that,
yeah,
I am also food oriented.
You are.
So, you have 1 week left to go visit the City Dogs of Cleveland in section 121 at their concession stand to help donate, help buy some food. By the way, their food's great. Craig was there. He can attest to that. But go do it. And by the way, we got to give a special birthday announcement to Beth.
Oh, happy birthday, Beth. That's
Beth's
great.
Birthday. She's in New York right now because she gave us the City Dog from New York on her birthday. So happy birthday, Beth. And at that point in time, let's get our dogs of the week, bud.
All right, let's do it. Well, let's bring in Justin and Redleg first.
Okay.
Justin, how's it going? Extra festive?
Going all right. How about yourself?
Outstanding. Redleg, how's it going?
The Browns.
The Browns.
And Redleg, can't thank you enough again for your generosity with the ticket giveaway.
Man.
We partnered with you last week to give those away. Looks like we got some photos from the game, and they had a blast. So that was awesome, and I'm sure they were very appreciative. And yeah, can't thank you enough for your generosity and your continued support of the show. And all the networking you're doing with the fans is awesome.
Well, hey, you're very welcome. And let me tell you, he sent me a message, and he said that was actually their very first game. In Cleveland, and they were having a blast. I'm like, yeah, dude. I was like,
that's amazing.
That is awesome.
I was like, that's awesome. So yeah, glad to help you guys.
I'm still available if your wife is not available to join you there. I can be an excellent chaperone.
And Justin's got some decor. He's trying to cover up the Baltimore Ravens background in his man cave this week. So
I thought somebody else would say it.
BJ, we got to change your screen name. That's got to be BJ. We got to change your screen name. We're not we're not
read
doing
the book
that
tonight, right? He has to read the book tonight. It's Christmas.
If he has it with him. He's got to change his screen name first.
Yeah, change your screen name and get the book.
All right. So, offensive dog of the week, Fatty. I'm going to let you lead with this one, and then I'll give mine, and we'll go to Justin and Redleg. Who is the MVP this week?
All right. So, my offensive dog of the week, even though he dropped a couple passes there at the beginning, Donovan Peoples-Jones there in the second half made some legit plays to get this team moving. And some big third down plays. So I gotta go Donovan Peoples-Jones for my offensive dog of the week because Nick Chubb is low hanging fruit.
He is low hanging fruits, but I'm gonna go to somebody who didn't necessarily have the flashiest game, the most successful game, anything like that.
You switch over to you now.
Yep.
There you go.
I was multitasking. I was also putting up our logos over there. But yeah, I'm going to go with kind of somebody who just impressed me. And it's always impressive when you have a guy like Nick Mullins step in, not turn the ball over, and not lose the game for you. You can say whatever you want about his performance. He completed 66% of his passes. There was a couple drops. He was actually on target more than that. He threw that touchdown to Harrison Bryant on an outstanding play, good awareness in the pocket, and he didn't lose the game for us, right? And that's what we want out of a third string quarterback. He gave us the chance. Everything else on offense was out of his control, and I have to give it to Nick Mullins. It's not the stats, it's not a win, but I couldn't have asked for anything better from Nick Mullins. Anything above and beyond what he did would have just been icing on the cake. So, Red Leg, I'm gonna go to you. Who's your offensive dog of the week?
I was thinking about Njoku for drawing so much attention this week and what he's done, but I'm gonna give it to freaking Joel Bitonio for sliding the left guard.
Yeah,
and just dominating. I mean, he's a dark horse. He was very not there, like mention wise, but then he's just doing his job in the trenches, man. I like those kind of guys doing that work, and that's who I'm going with. He pulled it off, and the fact they could do it, and then even that in the rest of the O-line with what they did for Mullins, man, like that was some good O-line play this week. So now there we go. Me and Chris on the same page.
All right, Justin. Let's go to Justin. And who's your offensive dog of the week?
I thought about taking the low-hanging fruit and saying Chubb, but I'm just going to say everybody that stepped up who wasn't used to playing. Because, I mean, all the losses we had due to COVID, just everybody who stepped up, manned up, and played their heart and soul out and put us within that close of pulling out a W.
All right. And Barry, welcome to the show. He changed his screen name so we can put him on the screen now.
Thank God.
Are we in for a live reading of Hooker's? What is it? What was the title of the book?
It's Hookers and Blow. Hookers and Blow, Save Christmas.
Save Christmas.
I don't have it with me.
You don't have it with you? All right.
No, I was going to say it, but I didn't want to get Jared to
No. Different show. 6 o'clock show. You can't say it. 8 o'clock show. Kids are in bed.
Before we get Barry's offensive dog of the week, I'm going to pull up this photo. Barry and I attended the game. We got some awesome seats as well. That was our view from the stadium. And I'll tell you what, it was loud last night.
Let me chime in. Barry didn't get those seats.
All right. You're going to ruin it for the rest of us.
Okay.
Jared.
I'm sorry.
By the way,
I'm jealous.
Down?
I'm just jealous, Barry. I'm just jealous.
You're not as sly as I am.
I know.
But
I'm just jealous. I can't help it.
You should be.
I had kids swim lessons while the game was going on. I'm getting pictures from Red Leg, from everybody else that I know that are at the game right that point in time. I had my buddy Big Matt who was sitting there front row, and I'm going, "Oh, this is awesome." Always positive. Jay, Kevin chimed in. They're like, "Oh, we're at the game too." I'm like, "Awesome! Hey, my kid put their face in the water. Good job, buddy."
Red, like you were at this game?
No, but sharing stuff from social media.
Gotcha. I always forget because I don't attend a ton of games. I always forget until I'm back in the stadium how loud it actually gets in there. But something about last night felt like the crowd was much louder than I remember. It seemed like a passionate audience last night, and I actually heard people mention, especially on social media, that it translated onto the television. So it was fun to watch. Barry, you were at this game with me. Who's your offensive dog of the week?
Well, I got to go with the quarterback. I got to go with Nick Mullins.
Right.
Literally 2 days. The guy's been on the practice squad all season, and he comes out and the first half he was a little rusty. I think I think he was a little timid, but just from what I hear, because I was a little late getting into the game, the second half he played pretty well, I think. But back to the noise, Craig. If you guys can hear my voice, that's
yes.
Oh yeah.
Because of last night. And Terry Pluto mentioned in his column today that it was one of the loudest games all year. He had.
Now you guys were there at the game. If you guys didn't see it on TV, when it came down to like the 3rd and 3 and them coming back and even the field goal, you could see the camera shaking and hear people hitting bleachers in the back. Like, it was unreal how loud that got. And by the way, Craig, kudos. You had your first cold weather game, December game, that you said you would never go to.
Yes,
and I'm
I
so
did.
proud of you.
And
I mean,
cold cold might be an exaggeration. I mean, it was like 38, 40 degrees. The wind was blowing a little bit, a little cold on the nose, but I mean, it was.
You would never go to those games.
Yeah, and the one that I had been to as a child, I was maybe junior high or in the later elementary years. I just remember thinking, I'm never doing this again, and I don't like the cold anyways. But it was well worth it. It was a blast. The seats don't get a whole lot better. So it was fun. And then to take my wife and my oldest son. This was my oldest son's first regular season game. He's been to some preseason games, so it was fun for him. And then my dad and BJ went, so it was outstanding. It was a blast. Loved every second of it. Let's go to defensive dog of the week. Fatty, who you got on defense?
I can't wait for that. My defensive dog of the week, and it will surprise everybody. I gotta go with JOK.
That's not surprising at all. You're stealing my thunder.
JOK was everywhere, and just the speed of that guy is unreal. And some low hanging fruit, Myles Garrett. He got hurt. He played great. Takk McKinley played great, but JOK played his ass off, and he covered. And did you like the little hesitation? Off. And he covered the tight end. He covered running backs. He covered everybody. And I gotta go with JOK on my defensive dog of the week.
Outstanding choice. And Myles Garrett, I will say, he was hurting and he was still trying to figure out, am I going to stay in the game? And he's like, no, I can barely walk. How can I run? And then watch him get to the sideline. You can tell whatever issue he had was pretty bad. And I think they're evaluating him.
Now, my wife and I have determined he took a shot to the nuts. That's what it looked like.
It was
he took a shot to the chestnuts, and he's over there picking it out. He's like, man, he really did hit me in the chestnuts.
We were
out, and then they go to the medical tent. I'm like, oh, they didn't hit him in the chestnuts. What's happening?
We were speculating that when we were watching, but because he kept putting his hand there, but once he got to the sideline, you could clearly see it was his groin. But
I almost think honestly what it was is this jock strap rode up in a certain area that it's not supposed to. It just felt weird. Like he was trying to.
This is a super strange tangent we're going.
After the last show, it doesn't surprise me.
Oh man. So I'm gonna go with since you stole my thunder, I'm gonna go with Greedy Williams. What a play he made on that interception. You got JOK with the forced fumble. You got Greedy Williams with the interception. These gentlemen both played outstanding football on defense. I was on the home side. I was on the Browns bench, so I could kind of see everything. Some of the stuff that even when you sit up a little bit higher, you can't always see their facial expressions or body language or things like that, or even sometimes overhear things, which it was pretty loud. So didn't hear much, but yeah, it was super cool to be right there. But Greedy Williams, what an outstanding play he made. And it was fun to watch that develop and to see him make that play. Redleg, who is your defensive dog of the week?
Oh, I got to go with another dark horse, but if you paid attention, you saw what he's doing. Porter Gustin, man.
Oh, yeah.
He was out there rocking it. And enough so that actually today he's actually being elevated for TAC. So he just was he was blazing around that line last night, man. He's a dark horse. He gets the work done. He does the job. And it's just almost never mentioned. I mean, the last time he was probably mentioned was, God, I don't even know when, but going with definitely Porter Gustin for sure. So
he's always been one of my favorite dark horse guys.
Yeah.
He usually performs when he steps in pretty well. There's a reason he's not starting on the line, but he's just a guy that's scrappy, gets in there, gets the job done, and you want to root for him so bad. Another, this might be a little tangent, but I remember feeling the same way about a guy that actually gets a lot of playing time on one of our rivals. Do you remember watching LJ Fort come in sometimes and just exceed expectations at linebacker? It just reminds me of kind of the unsung guy that gets the job done. I'm sure there's plenty of other examples too. I don't know why that came to mind, but Justin, who's your defensive dog of the week?
See, you took mine, Craig. I was going to say Greedy Williams as well.
All right.
I don't know.
You can go with the same one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thankful for the pick that he got. I kind of want to go with Stewart.
All right. Any elaboration there?
No, I'm just looking at the numbers. I mean, he had 8 solo tackles. So
yeah, he did. So he was getting to the ball. He actually led the team in tackles. The next closest was Sheldon Day, who had 4, and Javonte Moffitt, who also had 4. And Javante's been on and off the roster.
Yeah.
So he got involved. Sheldon Day contributed in the backfield with a half a sack along with JOK. So, Anthony Walker, Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, they were all pretty involved, as was Malcolm Smith, as usual. But, Myles, for a portion of the game, was playing injured, and that certainly hampered his production. But all in all, I mean, they had a lot of guys on this field. I mean, if you look at the box score, there was a lot of different guys that took snaps. So, all in all, the sticking point to me on defense was this last drive. We had a golden opportunity with the way the game worked out, where they moved into field goal range and they moved themselves back out of it. And if we could have prevented a conversion, that would have just sealed the game. And that was more frustrating to me than questioning the play calling on offense on that last drive. So, Fatty, how about them Bills? Somebody asked.
I don't give a shit about Buffalo.
Was the reason for so many tackles because of completions against him? I don't have the number in front of me of the targets, but this is the DeQuell Jackson effect, right? In order to have 150 tackles in a year, it's because you're getting attacked or your line sucks, right?
Yeah, but he didn't really pass for that. Are you guys talking about Carr?
No, we're talking about
Stewart.
MJ Stewart having 8 tackles.
Oh, well, he
was
plays
the leading
safety.
tackler.
Of course he's going to get 8 tackles. I mean, it's part of the run game and everything else with Josh Jacobs.
Absolutely. And on the Raiders side, Carr was 25 of 38 for 236, a touchdown and a pick. And Josh Jacobs was 15 for 52, 3.5-yard carry average. Peyton Barber actually had 6.8 yards per carry, but I feel like we did pretty good against the run. And Derek Carr's stats were modest. I feel like we did a pretty good job. Just not quite good enough to win the game.
You held him to, what was it, 16 at the end of the game, 16 points? You held him to 16 points.
Yeah.
And really only
like this is the thing that frustrates me is your defense has held teams to 22, 16. Your defense has done their job. The offense hasn't done their job.
Absolutely. All right. So, Fatty, I want to bring something up. We're going to change the subject here a little bit.
Is it Fatty's on fire?
You asked me to save something for you.
Is
that going to be for Fatty's on fire? Well, it got deleted, so I have a form of it from what you sent
deleted?
me.
Of course he deleted it.
You want to talk about it now, or are we waiting for Fatty's on fire?
Let's talk about it now.
You're muted.
I'm not muted.
I can hear him.
He's muted. All right, we'll wait for him to get his audio back. What do we got in the comments here? D-line was tired at the end, and when we blitzed, we still didn't get to Carr. Pressure on the quarterback was an issue. It was definitely an issue.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that can't hear Fatty?
I guess so, yeah. We can hear him.
Like, I'm being serious. Yes.
Yeah, we can hear him. He's talking. We hear him, yeah. Can you hear us, though?
Yeah, I can hear
you guys. I can't hear Fatty, though.
Oh, that's weird.
That's so weird.
That is weird.
All right, I'm gonna back out for a second, guys. In the comments, make sure we can hear Fatty. I can hear everyone. I'm gonna back out here and refresh. Maybe it's something on my end.
Okay,
take it over, Fatty.
All right, well, I'm going to take it over, and let's take it over with a little bit of where's the brand at? Let's do this because I want to keep you guys on for this because somebody. Oh, I can't wait. can't wait. I'm all fired up about it. Where is it? All right, so this week on Fatties on Fire, this game definitely got away from us. We should have won this game, but we didn't. We have a chance to get back in the playoffs. But the one thing out of everybody that irks my ass is this tweet right here. All right. Josh Gordon. Good game, Brownies. Almost there. And a little smiley face, a little laughy. This point in time, I normally don't touch shit like this, but I will touch this one. The Cleveland Browns gave you 5 years of opportunity and backed you no matter what over all the shit that you went through, and you're going to badmouth them now because you're running the coattails of Pat Mahomes. Good luck, bro. I'm so glad that we gave you the best 5 years of your life because you're not getting another contract after this. Have fun. And that's Fatties on Fire. I mean, what do you guys think about that? I mean, that pissed me off more than anything else because the Browns fans were behind him all the time. Yeah. And normally, I'm being serious. Like Craig goes, you really want to touch on this? I'm like, yeah, I want to touch on this because every Browns fan was behind him for 5 years. We waited for him. Yep. We waited for him to show his potential like he did the 1 year with Brian Hoyer. Like we were just sitting there going, he's a great wide receiver. Yeah, we're going to wait on him. Oh, he got suspended again?
Yep.
Damn, that's hard. Oh, he got suspended again. Damn, that's hard. Well, we're going to cut him now because he got suspended again. Yep. Damn, that's hard. For him to come out and say shit like that about Cleveland, fuck you.
Didn't he also end the season before it started with the motorcycle accident as well? 1 year, right? Like it's just he was supposed to be this like amazing asset, and then he like hurts himself, and then he gets suspended, and then he gets suspended. We're just looking at him like, dude, we want you here.
He had so much potential, but he ended up being a flipping dumbass.
Here's the live view of his Twitter page. It appears to have been deleted. Aside from saying beyond blessed, so thankful 7 hours ago. His last tweet was December 16th. So that tweet is gone. Yeah.
Oh, it was up there. Like,
I saw it. Yeah.
Guess what? That tweet got deleted just like you did for the NFL. Guess it's on suspension again. Cheers.
But yeah, I had to pull the graphic from the screenshot that you had sent me. So I mean, it's definitely there.
I mean, that is, and like Craig, I normally don't touch this. I really don't. Like normally, this kind of stuff, I just let go. I'm like, whatever. You're on your own. You're doing all this stuff. But the Browns fans were so behind him, and they waited for him. They waited for him to go through everything else because he was a freaking nature. He was. I can't wait for the 30 for 30 that's about to come out of the best that never was, and it's Josh Gordon. I mean, that's what we're waiting on right now because that kid's talent is unreal. And guess what he did? Pissed it away.
Maurice Claret. Oh, what?
Yeah.
What?
Red leg. Don't get me started. Red leg. I'm Mario and Fatties on Fire. Don't get me started about Claret.
I try to tangle stuff either. Like, I don't, I saw that and I was like, oh, buddy. And I was like, you know what? Dude's a loser. I'm done. I'm a Browns fan.
Normally, so Red leg, normally I don't touch. I seriously don't touch shit like that at all. Like we
are constantly nixing stuff from our game plan for the show.
Yes.
When it comes to and eventually we end up talking about some of the stuff and we'll call each other out on it, but like OBJ drama or like things like that.
Yeah.
Usually we do our best to steer from it.
I look at Craig and I go, I'm not talking about OBJ today. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want anything to do with it. You can do it if you want to. I'm out.
Sure.
This one is what irks my ass because guess what? He spent 5 years in Cleveland. Guess where he spent elsewhere? A little bit in a little bit in Seattle, a little bit. He spent the most time in Cleveland, who supported him, and then he's got to come out and say that. I'm glad you deleted it. Yep. Hey.
I say with the Raiders this week, the way they were talking about this is terrible. What are you doing? Citing the wrong quotes and trying to misconstrue it all.
Or the linebacker that said, well, you guys are just dodging us and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You play the game anyways because of personal reasons. Yeah, stop being a pussy.
That one I feel bad about. His mom actually died. So
okay, never mind. I didn't know that. Now I feel bad about it.
Yeah, I found out today. I'm like, oh, that sucks. But
whose mom died?
Oh my God, the guy who was
Compton.
anytime, anywhere.
Was it
yeah,
Compton?
Yeah, I think so. He's the guy who had the quote said anytime, anywhere, and then said not Browns. Yeah, that's what that was. Will Compton. Yeah, Will Compton.
Will Compton. Thanks, Red Leg. Now I feel like shit.
Yeah,
I wanted to talk the other week about Justin Jefferson, and Fatty told me, he's like, no, we're not talking about Justin Jefferson.
Because it was about OBJ, and he's on a different team.
There's a reason he said clowns, because he's OBJ's boy.
That's completely fine, but he didn't come out and just say, a guy that hasn't played 4 snaps in the NFL in the past 6 years and go, so close, Browns. Like, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's
get me fired up.
it's just the Browns fan base is loyal, and this year's been super weird, with all the Baker stuff going on, all that kind of crap. It's just dysfunction. But that man, literally every Browns fan wanted him to succeed.
Yeah.
Every time we gave him a chance, every single time, okay, well, we'll get him back next year. Okay, we'll get him back. Hey, he's back. Oh, he's been in motorcycle accident out for the year. Okay, they'll be next year. Every time. Every single time we said that. And it's just
and then when he comes back, he gains 200 yards. Like, you're the best wide receiver ever. I'm so glad we kept a hold of you. And then 2 weeks later, suspended again.
It's not just Browns fans, though. It's the whole city of Cleveland.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah.
Look at that Jack Tard who took his talents to South Beach and how everybody dumped on him after that press conference.
So if he would have done it, all right, so now we're getting into this. If he would have done it any other way,
yes, any other way, I'd be okay with television. Yeah.
It'd be a different story. He did it on national television and shit on the team on his way out.
Right. I agree.
But that's why.
No, I'm agreeing with
never
that.
Shit on the team on the way out. He was always about Cleveland. The Browns supported me. They tried to help me. They did this. They did this. And now you got to come out and say shit like that? Get out of here.
I hope that Cleveland's the first person to ever tell him no in his life. Because there's a lot of talk about him wanting to come back to Cleveland and things like that. And I hope they tell him no.
Are you talking about LeBron?
Yeah, I don't have a dog in this fight.
Oh, I don't.
I saw all kinds of stuff coming out over the past couple of days about how he's checked out in LA, wants to come back in Cleveland, likes their current roster and their current this and current that, and
always positive Jay went fishing too, and he said he wants to come back and say some respect when you say his name with Delhi. He was talking about Nova Nova, and people just started losing their mind thinking he was talking about LeBron James. Which kudos to you, bud, for you doing that.
I stay away from LeBron, especially on Twitter, because everybody wants to make it about politics. So I don't know. Some of the most garbage people are the biggest philanthropists. So not saying there's no good to be done somewhere, but there's a cost, and unfortunately, I'm not touching this. I shouldn't even have said that.
We're helping our tax. We're helping our tax credit. I mean, people. We're helping people.
Right.
Wow, we went there.
Yeah. All right. So, anyways, moving on. I can't believe I
hope
said
you
that.
find
All
that.
right. Browns Packers Christmas Day 4:30 game. I love the idea of playing on Christmas. It's going to be bittersweet because I said this before. There's nothing I want to do more than get up on Christmas morning, watch the kids open up their gifts, eat some good brunch, settle down, and watch some football. It's the ideal day, right?
Hold on. What do you mean brunch? It's a 4:30 game.
So, well, here's what happens in my household. We open up the gifts. We're not like the 6 a.m. gift openers because all the kids, like my youngest one's 9 at this point. So the teenagers are like, yeah, we'll sleep
It's
in
like
a little bit.
10:30.
And then most of my family, cousins, brothers, stuff like that, they come over and my wife makes a brunch feast, and then we pick at it all day. So
Yeah.
and then it'll be game time, and we'll have dinner at halftime, and it'll be good to go. But it's just the ideal day.
So what we do here at the Fat household is we throw the ham in the oven, let the kids open the gifts, and about 11 o'clock, that ham's out, and we're making sandwiches and everything else with that ham.
There you
It's
go.
Chinese food. Gotta brave the craziness of the Chinese restaurant on Christmas Day.
Oh, that's so cool.
Now, hold on. Sweet sour chicken and General Sal, what do you get?
Well, I don't eat meat, so fried
So,
rice, veg fried rice, vegetable lo mein, vegetable
Oh,
lo mein.
I get the boys vegetable lo mein. They love it.
Get some hot sauce, some of that sriracha sauce. Just dump it on there.
Yeah, boy, there he is. Red Leg, what about you for Christmas?
Oh man, so since I have my own house now, we've been hosting Christmas the last about 3 years to get my entire family. My dad and mom were divorced. I have them all come together. It's about family, man.
Yeah.
And, my dad moved to Missouri, so whatever. But family means very important. And so what we do is we'll cook a turkey or ham, whatever we happen to do this year. We'll throw it out, and it'll be out all day. Just kind of like Craig was saying. Kind of just pick at it, eat, make sandwiches, make a lunch. Then 3 hours later, hey, it's time to eat dinner, and it's still ready to go. So it's like, yeah, let's do it. That's kind of what we're doing. And,
all right.
That's kind of what I'm doing. And I haven't said this yet on Twitter, and this is kind of a stupid platform to do it because it's live. But if anyone needs a place to go for Christmas, hit me up. Come over. I'm 3 hours from Cleveland, so it's a long drive, but you are more than welcome. So there you go.
If I send my mom there, because I know where you live at,
yeah,
my mom is coming to eat with you.
Dude, heck yeah.
3 hours north and 3 hours south of Cleveland.
South. We're southwest. Southwest, yeah.
West.
Yeah, more or less.
Because
I'm
probably about 5-6 hours from Cleveland, straight up 71.
Oh, right on, dude. We're
you would go 75.
Yeah, we're north. Yeah, we're north of Dayton
and take 75 toward Dayton. Okay.
Yeah, Dayton,
just
northwest.
Past Dayton. Yeah, where are you at? St. Mary's, right?
Coldwater, middle of nowhere.
Coldwater.
Yep.
Middle of nowhere. So you take 75 all the way up, and then you just find somebody in Coldwater.
Take a left at Wapak. Look for the big Browns flag out front.
And
something I've wanted since
when you hit Indiana, turn back and come back.
Yeah, it's only 8 miles away.
Something I've wanted though, since we're talking about 75 in Dayton, have they rebuilt Big Better Jesus?
Yes, but he's they changed him. They changed his I don't know, structure. So he looks different. So he's a little different.
Hold on. By the way, Chris just chimed in. Red Leg. You grew up in Shawnee, right?
Correct. Yep.
Nicole.
QP.
Yep. Oh, so good.
Chris chimed in. My mom brings us QP for Christmas.
Let me tell you something. My dad actually, when I was stationed up in Alaska in Fairbanks, my dad and his ex-wife, they actually got us Kewpies, put it in a cooler, dry iced it, and shipped it to Alaska. So I get this box with them, like, oh, it's Kewpie. 3,000 some miles away. So yeah, dude, it's so good.
I'm jealous. By the way, I'm coming to Lima soon, and you're coming up to me.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. Just hit me up, man. We'll hang out.
We are hanging out for the Bengals game, correct?
That's the plan. What I've heard we got an open invite for myself and the wife, and we're gonna come hang out with you guys, and we can meet.
We're all going out to dinner together Saturday night before the game.
Sounds good.
All right, perfect. And there's Chris. The reason why I said it because Chris chimed in, because Chris has never had QP before being in Columbus, and he comes up and has QP. Every time we go to my mom's, he's like, "Are we getting QP?" She's like, "No, we're cooking." He goes, "I'm a QP." So that's why I brought up QP. All right, let's go back to the Browns.
What is QP?
It is. Go ahead, man.
So, from my understanding, growing up, QP is Wendy's.
Yes.
Before Wendy's.
Yes.
Okay.
Dave Thomas wanted to buy QP and franchise it more, but QP did not want to sell because they were a local base. It was Michigan, Indiana, and at the time Lima at
Yeah.
Northwest Ohio.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to sell it to Dave Thomas. So Dave Thomas, so if you're eating Wendy's and you like Wendy's, QP is 10 times better.
Yeah.
Because it's the
my
exact same thing, but it's fresh. Like you walk in cafeteria style, you order your burger, they fry everything up right in front of you, put it on your plate, you go.
Literally, yep. And they grab the meat fresh every morning, and it's just it's what Wendy's could be if they chose to be. So,
But QB and the only QB locations that are open are in Lima. There's no more. There are
really?
There are 3 in Lima, and that's it.
Really?
East, West, and downtown.
East, West, and downtown.
Mar chocolate and February.
See, there it is. Red Leg knows it.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's no, seriously, it's really good food. It's just it's the oldest franchise or drive-through restaurant in the nation, actually. The one's downtown Lima. Sorry.
Well, we got pushed by Craig. We got to go because the Big Play Reflog show is joining after the our show. So we got to give our predictions for Packers and Browns. So Craig, why don't you give your prediction?
Yeah, so the Packers are 7-point favorites right now, and I'm going to operate under the assumption that most of our roster is back and active. The Packers are the only team in the NFL to have actually clinched a playoff spot so far. They're at the top of the NFC. This is going to be a tough game, and it's going to be a heartbreaker. I'm going to have to take Cleveland, the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to take the over. It's 44.5. I'm going to say Packers 35, Browns 17.
Wow, you went with Brian on that one. Justin, what about you?
Well, I'm going to take the under. I really think our boys are going to show up with it being a big time spotlight game like Christmas Day. The whole nation basically watching. There's no other game going on at that time. So they're going to be fired up. They're going to be pissed off after this Raiders game. And so they're going to want revenge on somebody. So what did I say last show? 15-11 Cleveland.
Wow, you pick some odd numbers. Red Leg.
I'm going to, the Browns will be fired up. They've got 18 guys coming off of rest. As long as the clear code, obviously. I think it's going to be a closer game. I think defense is going to play lights out. Give me the Browns 21-17.
All right. And I am going to go Cleveland Browns 35 and Green Bay Packers 24.
All right. Outstanding, Red Leg. Justin, appreciate you joining the show. Join us anytime, as always. And again, special thanks to Red Leg for his ticket donation this past week.
That was awesome, bud. Thank you.
Absolutely.
You're very welcome.
Hey,
All
Merry Christmas to you guys.
Hey, Merry Christmas, guys. Yeah.
All right. Merry Christmas, guys. We'll talk to you later.
It has bells.
Go Browns.
Go Browns.
Go Browns. All right. I accidentally kicked you off and says somebody else. All right. Fatty, we are wrapping up the show. We are the Dawgs Table. We are brought to you by Labatt Blue Light and Remax Edge Realty, the JC Group. And we are presented by BIGPLAY. You can find us on all of BIGPLAY's platforms. We are part of the team. And you can find us on all of our socials as well at Dawgs Table on Twitter is where most of the magic happens. But you can find us on Facebook or YouTube. Also, we go live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. We are a Cleveland Browns roundtable discussion show that anybody can join. So until next time, go Browns.
Go Browns.